Ooh, creepy. Greetings and welcome back to Corpse Party. In the last episode we got Yuka killed and she screamed a lot. And now we are all alone. Oni-chan is nowhere to be found. And we must go and find him before it's too late. And there is horror awaiting us beyond this door, so let's see what it is. That sound is a good indication of what we're getting ourselves into. Of course. You.
持田の妹。まったく頭がおかしくなりそうだね。そこかしこにこんな死体がある。震えているのか。持田はどうしたの？
お兄ちゃんいなくなっちゃったのです。
かわいそうに。おいで、一緒に探してあげるよ。
How about no?
いいです。ゆか一人で。
Yuka's expression, not sure if want. And of course Morishige just has to be a creeper about this. And go after us. Though if he catches you, nothing actually happens. He just...
どうして逃げるんだい？
Why are you running? With those creepy eyeglasses. So yeah, there's Mitsuki. She's not breathing, as you can see. Her eyes have a hollow appearance to them, yet still retain a tiny echo of life and reflect a palpable sense of terror. It almost seems as if she could snap out of it at any moment, stand up and walk away. The corpse is so fresh, simply being in its presence is disquieting. For some reason, I do not get a name tag from this yet. Of course, Morishige will follow us through that door, as you can see. He's not actually gonna harm us, but he's just creeping along for some damn reason. Oh yeah, and he didn't kill Mitsuki. Mitsuki met the same fate as most of the Pyakuren students, which means she was stabbed to death. And we will see in due time by whom. Now if you... As Yuka said, I have to hide. If you try to hide in here, Cyclops will come over and ruin the party. And unless you still have the scented beads with you, which means you decline to take them as Satoshi, you are doomed. And because I don't have them, I will not go there. Instead, I'll just go back to the main entranceway. And yeah, if you forgot, Yuka still hasn't peed. So let us save right here. Oh, nope. And since Miss Little Scissor Killer is still here, there's only one way you can go, and that is back. But out of nowhere, as per usual Corpse Party standards, a new character again runs over Yuka.
ごめん。
But actually apologizes.
お兄ちゃん、もう嘘つけ。ゆか一人でしない。
Feast your eyes on this guy.
怪我はないかい？君は？
Oh yeah. This is the hunk of this game. as Cry said.
ごめんなさい。
You sure you don't want to trade your brother for this one?
いや、
Oh yeah,
私は
you don't.
持田ゆかって言い
And
ま
I
す。
know why.
そう。僕は木実優也。白檀高等学校の2年だ。
Another Byakuran student. And that name Kisami is familiar from chapter 2. If you remember, it was set by 2 corpses. Both were Byakuran students. Why they said it? Well, you're gonna find out.
ゆかちゃんと言ったね。君も幸子さんの禁断のおまじないでここに閉じ込められたのかい？
わかりません。
そうか。
そうか。
さっきお兄さんと言っていたね。
This is, by the way, the guy who is responsible for me saying Soka so much. Or Sokka, however you wanna pronounce it.
一緒なの？
It can be typed Soka or Sokka. Both ways suffice.
お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃん。
かわいそうにね。僕も妹とはぐれて探しているところなんだ。
妹の子もここに。
よかったら一緒においで。君のお兄さんを探そう。生きているものはできるだけひとまとまりになっていた方がいい。僕の妹も君のように泣いているかもしれない。一緒に探してくれるかい？
Will you join the hunt?
お願いします。
Yeah. I'm gonna join a complete stranger, but not a guy who I know. Though, no one would join Morishige, to be honest, at this situation.
お兄ちゃんを見つけてください。
And I'm fairly certain Morishige is just glad that he's alone.
わかった。大丈夫。きっと見つかるよ。
And we are playing as Kisami, with Yuka following us. And unlike our good-for-nothing brother, who abandoned us at the moment of despair, Kisami actually has some muscles.
よし。
Which means he can get this out of the way.
すごい。
Whoa, sugoi. Amazing. And if you search the cabinet, the glass door of the cabinet has completely shattered. There are glass shards everywhere. On one of the shelves, you see a piece of floorboard that someone seems to have pried up. Take it. Yes. Now you might be thinking, quite loose board. Now you might be thinking, wait, Arthur Dane, there are no caps in the game yet in this chapter. Where are you gonna use it? Yeah, well, remember there was another fallen cabinet here in the first building. And because we have this muscle man with us, we can actually now get it out of the way. So let's do this. Heavy cabinets collapsed across the floor here. The boards around it are creaking under its weight.
これじゃ通れないな。よし。
Yosh. Was. And this place is a corpse party central, or rather corpse central. There's a skeletal corpse with bleached white bones sprawled across the floor here, lying atop what's an ID name tag. Misato Municipal Brotherhood Senior High School, Class 2-4, Akihiko Kakurasaka. Age was 17. Cause of death, suffered severe injury to abdomen, bled out. Let's go left. There's a picture of the 4 dead children here. Nothing else about that. That corpse is majorly different from the others, and we can actually reach that corpse using the loose board. That's what it's used for. Nothing else. It's an extraordinarily tiny corpse. In its hand is a school printout with some text written on the back in a felt tip pen. Daddy, I don't want to go back to Higanso, distant futures elementary school, class 3-4, Kanao Yukimura. Age 9, yes, 9 years old. Cause of death, withered away from dehydration.
小学生の遺体まであるとはなんて運命だ
Indeed.
何をしたというんだ
That's a terrible way to go. Again, and you're already 9 years old and alone. Terrible. Based on size, this appears to be a corpse of a middle schooler. There's a student ID name tag attached to the tattered remains of her uniform. Hakura 3rd, Junior High School, Class 3-5. Yuki Tsuruta. Age 15. Cause of death, starved to death while searching for a little sister. There are the remains of a very tall individual. Lying atop what remains of his clothes is a student ID name tag. Misata Municipal Brotherhood, Senior High School, Class 3-4. Hatto Sudo. It's a nice name. Age 17, and cause of death, took blow to head from friend. For friend, not from. Skull split open, which means he died protecting his friend. What a nice way to go. And as you can hear, this time we can actually hear the static coming from the custodian's closet. And the final body, and this one you might remember from the intro. These are the remains of a female student who clearly suffered a blow to the head. Her skull is cracked open and there's dried blood everywhere. Her broken glasses as well as the student ID name tag are resting next to her mangled corpse. Byakuran Senior High School, Class 2-4. Emi Urabe. Age 16. Cause of death, skull cracked open with a blunt instrument. Not a surprise there, but she's actually one of the few Byakuran students who was not stabbed. And Kisame has nothing to say about it, even though they're classmates. Now there's absolutely nothing else for us here, but I'm just gonna show you what the text reads in 1A, if you decide to go back and read it again. Right. Looking closely at the teacher test, something seems to have been written in the surface of the pen.
別館の校舎を見つけたよ。先生、先に行くから来てね。3枚の張り紙は虫食いを組み合わせたら何かの言葉になりそうだよ。篠崎。
Yeah, Ayumi found out what you're supposed to do in the school. Yeah, this is the same thing. And now we go back. I've not actually met anyone who've figured that out on their own. I did, through luck, because I knew that the number referred to the number of the pages that you find in the annex. So I just tried to go through them and I decided I'll write them down on notepad using the order that said 3, 1, 2, I believe. But if you actually just read them all, it will automatically show you what they say. Now I'm not gonna waste time to actually do that, because I just have to go around the whole building doing that. So I'll just say that what they basically tell you is that go to the music room and search the, I believe, the third desk from the west wall.
これじゃ通れないな。よし。
Again, Kisame his muscles.
すごい。
And the third desk is this one here. There are a few sentences scribbled on the surface of the desk. Kaori, be very careful around the green goo spattered all over the floor. It can kill you. I ran into a spiritualist here who left behind a pair of shoes blessed with holy water. If one person wears them and all attendants join hands, then and only then is it safe to traverse the accursed green goo. Whenever I see the sorrowful bodies of those who died here, I feel as if I may go mad with worry. I beg of you, survive these ordeals. Live! A pair of shoes with faint, nearly imperceptible bluish glow catches your eye from under the desk. Take them. Yes. And now we have the blessed shoes. And that means we can go over the... Green goo. Wow. He was not very pleased with us getting those shoes. It's up here somewhere. As you can see, the bust has moved for some reason. It's a plaster bust, cheap and mass-produced for use in still life paintings. And you can notice it too.
これって教室の中に。
どうしたんだい？
気のせいです。
Not your imagination, unfortunately. Also, Kokuhaku has changed his form, and yeah, there's the third one, by the way. So the first one is the second floor hall where Mitsuki's body is, and the second one is in the main entrance next to the cabinets. The third one is here. If you read them in order, they will automatically arrange the words and tell you what you need to do. As you can see, Kokuhaku here has attained ultimate form of a shadow. As a Darkbringer, I am very much amused at that. And now this green goop is not killing us. We can go up here and take this. There's something sparkling on the ground. Pick it up. No, I'm just gonna wander around at the school, even though this is what I need. Quiet crystal of unsealing.
どうしたんだい？ゆかちゃん。
おトイレを。
なんだ？ひょっとしてずっと我慢していたの？急ごうか。でもどこも使えなかった気もするけど。
Permanent records. The door is affixed to the wall like a decoration. It won't open, and it will not open until Blood Drive, where you can actually go inside it multiple times. And in Blood Drive there's a door to it here too. Much like the teacher's room, or the staff room, as it's known by its real name. There's Mitsuki again. Same thing as before. And I believe now we get her ID name tag.
大丈夫かい？これはひどい。
You seem rather indifferent to it, though.
ゆかちゃん、子供たちの幽霊は見たかい？
And that might be for two reasons. One, you are simply fearless, just badass who fears nothing and just goes head held up high to danger. Or You're a psychopath.
いました。
Leaning towards the first one in this case.
校内の張り紙やダイイングメッセージを僕もいろいろと調べたんだが
Just because of how he's being very gentle and kind with Yuka.
あの子供たちを殺害した大人の霊もいるんだここには
Also that he's really helpful. He's opened up 3 ways to go now.
鉄槌を持った大きな男どうやらそいつが犯人の霊だ僕の仲間も何人もあいつや子供たちの霊に殺されてしまった
Actually, only one of your friends has died by that guy, and that's Emi, who we saw moments ago with her head split open. And, well, Fukuroi would have died, but he was stabbed later on and actually died faster from that. So, 1.5 friends, I would say. And that's not many.
とにかくバラバラでいると何が起こるかわからない僕の妹と君のお兄さんを早く見つけよ
う兄ちゃん大丈夫かな
Can I please get a ID name tag? It's a fresh corpse, her skin is still warm to the touch. Attached to her uniform is a student ID name tag. Thank you, I had to really press for that. Byakuran Senior High School, Class 2-4, Mitsuki Yamamoto. Age 17, cause of death packs last open with edged weapon bled out. Again, knife was used in her death. Much like many of the other Byakuran students. Now, because I goofed up a little, I need to go save. Or, I didn't goof up, I'm saying. No, I'm just making this easier for myself. Because I am actually playing some of the parts you are not seeing in the videos. So, I'm just gonna save. Yeah, save over that. And now, even though I did read the victim's memoirs again, this is played from another save where I did not read it. Just because I can get the corpse easier. So now we're gonna just trigger this. No. So we can get the 5 out of 5 inside classroom or in the staff room where it's located. But first, let's go here. Crystal of Unsealing will get the charms out of the way. The Crystal of Unsealing shattered. And Yuka can go relieve herself. The protective charms attached to the door have completely vanished. It's now opening with no difficulty whatsoever.
入れそうだね行ってくるかい
できます
じゃあここで待ってるからね
刻みじゃないか
Another Byakuran student. They just keep coming.
黒崎お前も無事だったのか
This one is named Kensuke Kurosaki. And if you remember, in chapter 3 opening, Mitsuki actually said this guy's name.
ああよかったやっと生きてるやつに会えたぜくそ参ったよな校舎の外もすげえ深い樹海だしよ 外に出ると迷ってこの校舎に戻ってくることすらできなくなるらしい。
That's actually what happens if you enter it, I think.
一体ここはどこなんだよ、ちくしょう。なんか人玉とかいるしよ。
もう帰れないかもしれないな、俺たち。
お前見たか、隣の部屋で美月さんが死んでる。
Yeah, we saw her.
ああ、見た。
俺ビビっちまってよ。目にする死体の数が決まってるとしたらさ、もう俺一生分超えた数の死体見ちまった気がするよ。くそ。美月さん、彼氏に4股かけられててさ、昨
Three
日
other
そいつ
women.
振ったから朝から元気なかったんだよ。
Wow, that guy's a douchebag.
だから俺授業中に面白メールいっぱい送ってやったんだ。そしたら休み時間にめちゃくちゃキレられてさ、ありがとうってメールくれたんだよ。せっかく元気出してくれたのに。あの子供の幽霊たちに殺されたのかな。
No, she wasn't. And you're about to find out who killed her. Yep.
キザミ、お前何すんだよ。
Kisame has a knife. Most of the Byakuren students were killed by a knife. Now he's stabbed Kurosaki. Which means Kisame actually is a psychopath murderer. Which also explains his indifference to the bodies of Mitsuki and Emi. This is Sparta!
ここではあいつらに殺されるのも俺に殺されるのも同じだ。どうせ死ぬんだからな。
Yeah, that does not bode well for Yuka at all. Out of the frying pan and into another frying pan. And Satoshi is awake here
どうしたんだ俺。
in the teacher's room or the staff room.
気を失っていたのか。
And this is the only instance where you can actually get into the staff room. Plus one time in blood drive. But you cannot get inside in Book of Shadows.
ゆか、ゆか、どこだ。
Or in this game after this one moment. And as you can see, there's a body there and the victim's memoirs is here, but you cannot get past the victim's memoirs, which means that in order to get the body you must not read the fourth part, but then you cannot get the wrong end. So we're gonna get the wrong end now. 5 out of 5. Don't read it, because why not? Looks like I'll be dying soon, so I'm going to try to keep my fingers steady, just this one last time. The bleeding never stopped and I'm getting colder and colder. I can barely see. In the end we never did find one another here, and unless you magically pop out of the shadows real soon, we never will. Mitsuharu, I've always idolized you. You constantly surpassed me in every way, always one step ahead, no matter what we were doing. I kept telling myself that at some point I'd turn a corner and you'd be there. But I knew better. My brain knew better. My brain rejected that notion from the beginning. If I should dream in death, though, then I know I'm going to see you when I turn this next corner, like I've been praying for all this time. We can beat up on each other like we used to. And I'll never have to be alone again.
なんだ頭が
And Satoshi, you're about to get lobotomized. Lobotomized. A wave of nausea and an unbearable despair suddenly washed over Satoshi's entire body. The next thing he knew, he was standing in the corner of an extremely narrow red room. His movements weren't his own. It was as if his mind were disconnected from his body, with no perception of or surface of gravity or motion. After a sudden dip jarred his senses, he realized he was moving purely on nerve impulses, with no direction or control. Perhaps he'd been taken in by the curse, by the wave of negativity that permeated this space far beyond the spectrum of human understanding. His shell of a body might as well have been a twig skipping across the ground in a windstorm. Without warning, his very sense of self had been completely destroyed, leaving him in a virtually lobotomized state. It seems the remnants of a man's tormented soul are indeed a thing best left untouched. For this dying message, and the curse it carried, certainly had no trouble at all dismantling the essence of what was once a boy named Satoshi. Time for a little brain drain. Wrong end. Fourth one and the final one in this chapter. And that was a strange wrong end, actually. But whatever. We're gonna get the name tag in the next episode and, of course, finish this chapter. But I'm all out of time for this episode. I should really learn to speak. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.